Hey there folks, and welcome back to the Icenia campaign. Last time we did some more economic stuff. Our post-war, more laid-back period is continuing, and yeah, let's just resume. We're basically just waiting around for a couple modifiers to reach certain thresholds, namely this one and that one. And we can take a look and see how Londinium is doing in that regard. It's at 38.56. It's on the way there. Within this year, I think, or within a year, we should reach 40. That'll be exciting. The higher civilization level in Londinium also has other advantages, too, besides just finishing that particular mission, so it's certainly good. Or what's this? Robogdia want to trade for precious metals. Where did I get more precious metals? Demetia. Which province is this? This one here. Hold on. I guess I hadn't sold this one yet. Alright. Sounds fine. I'll trade that. This mine is still being finished. And up here in Dewa, they still need to have a mine constructed. Let's make sure that I got this set up correctly. I did. I think I did that all last time. Don't think I missed anything, which is handy. Need 190 to build that mine. I think that's the last mine I need to build, if I'm correct. Yes, I think so. Should be fine. Yeah, my economy is being propped up a lot by my gold. Real handy. Anyways, Demnonia's bad loyalty is not ideal, but there's not much I can do to speed that up. Just kind of have to wait for that to improve. Unfortunately, we had to move this back to Olconum, and that cost a lot of loyalty, but I'm confident that we shouldn't have any more province capital shifting that happens out of my control. Hopefully, at least. Oh, hello game. Long autosave there. Don't know what that was about, but alright. Now, something else that will be... Oh, hello. My game's a little laggy here. Hopefully the recording is not being affected by that here. Accident in Dolau Kothi. We've been told of a major industrial accident at the extensive works in the vicinity of Dulakothi in Demetia. Precious metals is the main export of the city. Oh, I see where this is going. And it seems the knuckleheads in charge of the site allowed part of the structural supports to fall into neglect as they tried to keep up with high demand. A huge collapse all but wiped out the working shift of slaves, and the owners have come groveling to the provincial authorities for compensation to help with re-establishing production. The slaves themselves are none too happy with the loss of their friends and family, and naturally cagey about returning to work in such conditions. Without significant repairs, there is no way production can be maintained at anywhere near the previous levels, and the slaves are bound to cause problems without a show of goodwill. So this is, which one is this? Demetia. I'm not going to remember where anything is. Demetia is down here. Oh, this one over here. That's right. Yeah. So we lost a couple slaves there, so that went down to 1. That's not great. What can we do here? We can gain popularity for Donwyn. That part doesn't matter. Lose 112 gold. That part does matter. Province of Demetia gains accident compensation. Well, citizen and slave happiness in the province of Demetia is not bad, but it certainly isn't worth taking worse alternatives, so let's not worry about that. We could lose less money and upset the slaves, but the citizens are fine. Donwyn gets unpopular, and this place gets a pretty bad modifier for a few months. So there goes one of our precious metals just from this event. That's unfortunate. Or, because of our good character that we allegedly have, we can gain tyranny, lose money, and make the local slaves happy. I'm not really sure why this option is better. I guess it's less money than these other ones here. I think I will just take the repair cost coverage. I don't care at all about slave happiness, and they're all at 0, basically. I mean, if you were a slave, would you be happy, right? So we'll take that. I don't want to lose the popularity. I don't want this industrial accident modifier, so we'll just pay a bit less money, and there goes the money we would have had for the the mine in Dewa. We'll get to that later. Can we fix this slave population matter, though? Move some pops in, maybe. Okay, we can move a pop in like this. Anyone else? All right, there we go. That's fixed. Nice, and now people have come calling for precious metals again. It'll sell it to you, that's fine. All right, there we go. Got that under control. Another reason why I am losing a bit more money per turn, I think I got up to around 16 per turn. It's the fort maintenance. Because I have these extra forts, it is costing me a bit extra. I could, of course, modify this. I could chance it and go to ignore garrisons while I'm in peacetime, the same way I'm in lower army maintenance during peacetime. Not actually lower maintenance. Although, this might be fine during peacetime too. Well, actually, hold on. Because this would make the Icenia happier, which could be good across the board. I think I'm going to chance it and actually decrease pay and also decrease the fort maintenance, because we have diplomatically done a great deal to ensure we're going to be at peace, or at the very least not invaded unexpectedly. We should have plenty of time to prepare things, because our only neighbor, technically speaking, is Brigantia, who certainly does hate me and has plenty of reason to attack me, but I do have that peace treaty with them. I suppose it's, let's see here, 487. So at least for 2 years we can run this at the very minimum, if not longer. Brigantia may not attack me just because it knows it won't win, and its only neighbors are both my allies, and these alliances I may actually reconsider. If there's any other person I'd want to ally in the world except for these people, I would do it and just drop these alliances, but in the meantime, I have these 2 alliance slots. In fact, I have a 3rd alliance slot ready to go. I could guarantee them instead to sort of put them in my sphere of influence, but I'd rather just have an alliance where they'll join me offensively. I may as well actually ask both of them for military access while they're my... I guess I don't need to do that. I'll do that later if I need to worry about, you know, whatnot. We'll leave that alone. We could, of course, do some rebellion inciting in our enemy, not in our ally. This could be kind of interesting. All right, we can't because we have a truce. We'll revisit that later. Maybe something we can try out. I think Dumnonia being disloyal is also affecting its income to some degree. I'm not entirely sure how, but I have a suspicion that's also playing a role in what's going on there. I suppose that's fine. Let's see here. Administration. Here we go. So the other thing we can do is switch Cortania back over, or not back over, but over to cultural assimilation now. Yes, I know we need political influence. I keep saying I need that, but cultural assimilation, it is what's giving us the big levy. So what's this? More imports and capital. And they must have finished that provincial investiture that I gave them. That's great. What can we bring on in? Now that our aggressive expansion, well, it's not decayed that much, but people may be willing to trade. Looks like we can actually trade with the Carthaginians. Now we have better range because we are now a major power, so we can actually reach people like Carthage. And I would like to trade for spices with Carthage, mostly because spices is super valuable. Citizen happiness is, of course, handy, but at this point it's more about the money. I don't think there's any other resources here I'd want to double up for additional bonuses, at least that I can acquire. I could get earthenware from Carthage. That's Freeman output in the whole nation. Could be handy. I have the single earthenware here already. In fact, actually, I'm producing an extra and I'm trading it away. I could, of course, get wood for additional ship bonuses. Actually, no, I can't get wood. No one wants to trade me their wood. Oh, well. What else is there here? Wild game? Probably, yeah, no one wants to trade me wild game. Archer discipline is actually not that bad, because we have some archers, I think, in our levy. Or do we? Maybe not. I guess I don't have archers in the levy. I spoke too soon. I think, honestly, let's see here. I could, of course, get noble happiness, but the nobles producing research points, when you're not a tribe, having happy nobles and a big research point production is really good, and is basically how the major civilized nations compete with each other, is to get better research. But while we're still not a tribe, while we're still a tribe, the research bonuses are so insubstantial because of our terrible research modifiers. We're just never going to get anywhere. That being said, we are about halfway after, 35 years, so definitely not worth it for a trade slot. I think I will just trade for spices. It's worth a lot. It gives me a trade relationship with Carthage, which could be handy. There's nothing else that I can really get anyway, so we'll grab this while it's here. I mean, we don't earn as much. We only earn 0.29, but anything else we get will be less than that because this is a valuable trade resource. Let's do some spice trading with Carthage. That's fine. Plus, this means one of the major powers of the world that is closer to us will have... Oh, yikes. They heard all about our aggressive expansion behavior. This is an issue, too, is the aggressive expansion we built up is most severe locally, but it does actually extend almost globally. It extends pretty far. I don't know if there's a map mode to show you this, but like the Antigonids, they have a minus 24. Well, Rome is a minus 80, and it seems to vary a bit. Yeah, these are minus 80, minus 94. I think it's roughly the closer they are to me, the more severe it is, but I took a lot of aggressive expansion to complete these wars the way that I did, and I don't think I made a mistake at all. I think this was the right decision, because being Britannia, having the whole region unified under our control, having the Britannia bonuses has certainly not been a problem or not been bad, but I may have been able to do it in a slightly less aggressive way, potentially. Who knows? Anyways, I could also do another business investment option here, get another trade route, which I may very well do, or I could do something else. This thing here is still bugging me. I'm not really sure why it's like that. Yeesh. I only have 2 forts, so it should count for 4 slots. Oh well. I don't know. I just don't know. I could do the local city building slots. This would give Londinium and Dura-Wernum both an extra slot, and I think they're both full up already. Yeah, this could actually be quite handy. So I think I might do that one next. I mean, I could do the local imports again. I don't think right now any other trade good is really valuable. I just pick spices as a backstop because it is, well, it's more like there's no other trade goods that are more strategically valuable. Spices is monetarily valuable, or at least it's the most so. Pop capacity is not going to matter. I mean, we're nowhere near our pop capacity. That being said, Dura-Wernum actually kind of is near its pop capacity because it's got a gigantic population for reasons I don't really quite understand, but it's big. Wait a moment. Wasn't I building a 3rd port here? I think I remember building 2 ports to be built. Oh, I see what's going on. Because Dura-Wernum actually lost a bit of population, it went down a bit in its, that's annoying, in its building capacity. So actually doing this building capacity one would be actually useful for Dura-Wernum right now, because I can't control if one... It was like right at the edge of being into the 6 building slot range. Oh, that's where I got that money from. I was just thinking, I got like 90 gold a little bit ago, mysteriously. I wasn't sure where it came from. And it was from that port that I had building being refunded. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Because I noticed that around the time I got that slave mine event. And so I thought, is that related to that? But that explains it. All right, we're going to go ahead and do the religious endowments. Get the religious complexes in the province of Cantiacia. This is the only province where it'll affect 2 cities. Most of our provinces don't even have 1 city. So, in fact, I don't think... Yeah, it's going to do that. So, let's see here. So minus 1% output until 9th of February of next year. That's fine. All right. And we are approaching October 1st. So this time around, we're going to pause the game. Let's not forget. All right. The merchants in the province of Cantiacia invest more of their wealth in trade. Oh, hello. Oh wait, that was just the event telling me. Wait, was it? I think it was just the event telling me that I finished that provincial investiture. So I thought it was another free trade route, which would be crazy. Alright, let's just slide into the 1st of October with no weird problems, please. There it is. Alright, 1st of October, 485. Yet again, wish I didn't have to worry about it like this, but yeah, here we are. So I still can't quite pick this for another round. After that, I can start getting the aggressive expansion. In the meantime, I do think... Our manpower is maxed. We may actually need to do something about this. It's actually almost maxed, so I haven't been wasting manpower recovery quite yet. I think we'll go for Meponos again. I mean, citizen output certainly isn't bad, but we really don't have... Citizens are actually well, above nobles. They're the 2nd smallest minority class here in our nation. So I think what I'll do, go for ruler popularity. Looks fine. How's Donwyn doing? She is getting up there in age, and she's not doing too great, but that's okay. All right, let's see here. And once this thing finishes, we can start building our fleet. It's just going to take a while to build those ships, so what I might do in the meantime, I could start building smaller ships. It'll take a long time because we only have 2 ports to build from, but... I think, I don't know the exact metagame ratio. I don't really do naval stuff in this game that much, but I think something like 2 smaller ships for each larger ship is probably a general good plan, if we're just sticking to light and medium ships at least. Given that these are about half the value of these larger ships, and if we're going to do light ships, we probably want to actually have them be light ship oriented and be, I think if we weren't going to build medium ships, triremes are best because they beat Liburnians. But if we do have medium ships to hold the middle, Liburnians are a better flanking ship than triremes. They're not going to win against triremes, but if they're flanking, their maneuver there matters a lot for flanking, and they're a little less expensive. I think we're going to build Liburnians with the expectation that they're going to get shredded by a competent enemy navy. And because in this game... things like, supply limit doesn't matter as much for your naval size. Basically, naval grand strategy is just a one-to-one, like, how much money can you throw at your navy to get it going. But before we do that, though, we need to build that mine before I forget. Get that there. All right, there we go. Now let's start building ships. And we do have that bonus there, which is going to help a lot there. And that is going to help for actual ship combat, but that's fine. Oh, hold on. Kantiakia, so this Duravernum just got the extra slot again because its population hit 30 again. That's great. I'll try and build the port, or I guess I won't try and build the port because we're out of money. I'll just wait for the thing to finish. I'll build the port later. It's going to take some time to build the smaller ships anyways. So, should be fine. Let's build a Liburnian there and a Liburnian up here. Takes a bit longer in Londinium because it has a smaller port. That's fine. It's not about... We don't need to rush this. There's no rush here. Anyways, back up to speed 3. Stability is holding steady because of our aggressive expansion. If it was not holding steady, if it was declining, we might be in trouble because it's quite close to, 20. But thankfully, it's fine. Our tyranny is completely maxed out. Our manpower is about to be maxed out. We really need to use our manpower for something, right? But the issue is with our aggressive expansion, what can we do with this manpower? Well, we could, let's see here. We could just do a war with someone nearby. I mean, the issue right now is without a fleet, we can't really, because what I would do, if I had a fleet, is I just declare war on someone on the mainland with a city or two, send my army over there, just defeat them, and then sack their cities and leave and come back, and then end the war, right? Basically raiding. I don't think there's an actual raiding mechanic in this game with your armies. Not that I'm aware of. So, but the issue is because we actually have to be at war with someone to pull that off. That could be a problem. We're definitely limited in that regard. Our peace treaty with Brigantia is still for a few more years. And they're not likely to give me military access because they hate my guts. Although they would actually ally me because I think this is just purely because they're really scared of me. I mean, I would be too if I were in their position, so we just have to kind of wait around. Not much we can really do here. We're just going to hit our cap here and kind of be forced to wait it out. Once these ships build, I'm going to look and see how many troops they can each carry. That might affect my decision-making with doing some sort of overseas war for plundering purposes. Maybe someone who really can't defend themselves. These guys have a huge amount of population, though, weirdly enough. Not really any cities around here. Actually, there's a city here in Lutetia, which I think is actually Paris. I might be wrong about this, but I think this is actually ancient age Paris. I mean, the tribe is called Parisia, so that kind of gives it away, but I kind of remember Lutetia is the ancient name for Paris, and this kind of looks like where Paris is. I'm not an expert on France, so don't quote me on that one, but I'm just fairly sure that's what that says. Anyways, so far so good. Getting these ships built will unlock a lot of options in terms of overseas stuff. But we'll see how many men each of these ships can carry. If we build a fleet big enough to carry my levy around, that would be a good start. Let's see, this is 14 population, or yeah, 14 pops in the levy, or rather 14 units in the levy, not pops necessarily. All right, let's build another Liburnian. Build another one over here too in the queue. All right, where do I see this information here? So some of these abilities require heavy ships. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get heavy ships anytime soon. Yeah, you need lots of ships and whatnot for that. I may have to build the navy and then test it out. I guess I could hire my levy for just a moment. I can't like hire one part of my levy to look at this. This is a good thing to actually investigate right now while I'm planning out future naval stuff. Now, let's wait till I have these sets of ships built and then we'll test it out. And also what we'll do is go in here, set our fleet maintenance to reduced just to offset the cost. Because again, ships are, you know, expensive. We'll worry about that stuff later. What do I need for this year? 142. We'll get there pretty soon. Yeah, I think the thing finished. Yep, we now have a lot of space there. Yeah, here it is. Local city building slots. Good to see. All right. Wealthy patron. The city of Wente Econorum has been often overlooked by the wealthy patrons of our capital. Really? Somehow I doubt that. It was the capital for quite some time. Today, however, Luctarius Welbus has offered to spend a sizable quantity of his wealth on constructing a grand temple to Gabanus. He has requested our permission before he embarks upon the construction. Could get happiness in Wente Econorum, and he gets popularity and loses his personal money. I could get slaves in Wente Econorum, or he gets popularity, loses loyalty, and I don't know if this makes a building, but I'll just get some slaves in Wente Econorum. That sounds fine to me, to be honest. Yeah. Alright, the mine in Glowum is done, which means we're going to get some people. We're going to come knocking any moment now to get some of this precious metal. So we'll see when that happens. Any minute now. Y'all want my precious metal. I know you do. You don't have to hide it from me. Nothing to be ashamed of. It's only natural. Here they come. Alright, so our friends in the north want it, and also our friends over on Hibernia want it. I'll sell to the Germans, though. Less likely for me to fight you soon, so don't need to worry. What's going on here? Barbarians are attacking Karnonakia. Alright. You know what? I'm going to come help. I'm going to go fight those barbarians. I just need to use my levy for something, and I don't want to see my friend up here be destroyed by barbarians, so let's ask for military access. These guys are hostile, I think, to me because they're barbarians and they're hostile to everybody. Let's just go help out, honestly. Let's see what we can do. And maybe even use these ships to ferry our troops north. We'll see how many troops these ships can each carry. We'll investigate that in a moment. So the 29th of April, we'll get it going. I'm going to not build any more. I'm going to wait and then build 2 medium ships before I proceed more with the small ships. We'll see how it's looking. Oh, what's this? Oh, I can construct the State Palace in Londinium, permanently giving it 2 more city building slots. I can have so many ports in Londinium. In fact, what do I need for the big ships? Do I need, I think I needed 5 ports and then also something else. Let's see here. I need 5 ports. I also need the right military tradition, which that's going to be the tricky part. That's the reason I don't think I'll ever be able to get these. Only really specific cultures can build the octares and the mega polyremes, and I'm not probably one of them, so I'm not holding my breath on that one there. Anyways, let's go ahead and grab this. Handy. Now I just need 100 political influence. You'll never guess. It might take a while. Believe it or not. Alright, we're going to name this properly. The first Navy. You're the first one, just so you're aware. And I guess it's going to be Liburnians all the way down, just because that's what we're working with here. This is going to end up being our best option. Okay, so how many people can this navy carry here? Let's find out. If we raise our levy, now we have 16 pops. All right, it's raised in several groups. I forgot it would do that, but yep, it's raised in several groups. Awkward, given that one of the groups has the supply train, but all right. Okay, so this is a good thing to see at the start here. So 2,500 is too large for the 4 ships. Is it 500 per ship? So it's like 4 units per ship? I don't know if I can... Let's see here. Okay, here's a group of 4 units. They can get on the ship. And this is a group of 5 units that can't get on the ship. So this is kind of what I thought it might be. It's not even the size of the ship, it's just the number of ships. So this group of 4 ships can carry 4 units, but no more than that. Which may actually be fine. But, I could also just march north, but then I have to march through there. I think what we'll do is get military access from you guys as well. Alright, looks fine. I don't know where these guys are marching to, but let's ferry our forces up here as much as we can. There's no ports up here, which is going to slow things down a bit. Let's see, let's do some testing right now. This is a very, very safe environment to test out naval stuff because I'm dealing with an army that's a barbarian army that's nowhere near my territory and is basically just threatening, not even really that much, my northern allies a little bit. So this is a good time to test this stuff out. So let's embark the army. Not even going to put a person in charge. I'm not even going to raise the, I guess I might actually go ahead and raise the army maintenance. Just for, you know, because we might do some combat here. So let's get these guys up there. So I can't actually put them here because there's a port. If I moved up here, can I move the army like in a naval invasion onto, say, Window Lawa? Or into, let's do it in Dictium just to see how that works. Up you go. So in the meantime, let's definitely continue building ships here. We need 140. Actually, let's wait 1 more month and we'll start building the port there so we can start building the medium ships. Or we just take a... This is the issue, though, because with our levy, it's always going to be split like this, so we can't use the 4 ships to ferry them effectively there. These guys are consuming food while they're on the ships. That makes sense. Up you go. Alright, let's see if we can move into our own territory here. If we need a port. Yes, we can move in. And it only takes like a week. Alright, so that's a good start. With a port, it's obviously a lot faster because we could just move the navy into the tile, but this is fine. Let's go ahead and just deposit these guys in Dictium so they're nearby. And then once they finish moving... Yeah, I can't move the fleet until they finish moving. That's fine. And speaking of fleets... 3rd port. When will this be done? let's see here. Where does it say that? 180 days, okay. So these guys are just going to hang out in Dictium for a little bit. In the meantime, these folks can actually just march up to Dictium on foot. I wish it would just say how long it takes to reach their final destination, but they'll get there around the time the port finishes, so it won't be any slower. You guys can just chill there, get your food capacity up, and you can return to Londinium. Actually, return to Durwarnum. Durwarnum is going to be our designated naval base of our island home here, so which makes sense, of course. All right, where are those barbarians at? They're coming into Brigante land, which is not ideal. They might actually come into my land once they get tired around here, so we'll see what they do. Maybe these armies will be put to use after all. Imagine that, using our armies for something. At least this is using up our manpower, so we're putting them to some sort of use. All right, while this is being built, I might build another set of Liburnians. So, let's see here. I think I'll have 8 Liburnians and 4 medium ships, something like that. Seems like a good place to start. I really have no frame of reference for what size of navy I should build. It is really just how much money do you want to spend on your navy and for the upkeep of the navy, but it is what it is. The nice thing, too, is if you're not really scared of naval combat, like if you're not worried that there's going to be naval combat around you, you can pretty safely... Okay, let's actually move up here to Windolandra. Yeah, these guys actually might have to come fight these barbarians after all. So I'm glad I sent these guys up here. Yeah. If you're not scared of actual naval combat happening, you're just using the Navy for logistical purposes, you can really safely have it at 0 Navy maintenance, because the low Navy maintenance, like similar with the Army, like there's less reason to have an army up and about. I mean, aside from legions that are permanent on the map, but like there's less reason for a levy to be up and about if you're not going to use them for fighting. But for the Navy, there's a lot of like strategic reasons to have them like move armies around and whatnot. Actually, hold on. Let's not get too excited here. Let's just go here. The barbs naturally are also taking damage just over time. That's the way that they work, I think. So that's fine. I'm really glad I decided to keep Durwarnum way back in, was it episode 5? Okay, here they come. They're coming in here after all. I kind of thought they might do this. My forces are not in position yet, so we need to just kind of hurry over there. I don't think this... I think this should be fine. They're not going to depopulate. Lugo Wallium is actually fine. See, this is when I wish I could have built like fort lines, but I wasn't expecting there to actually be any problems. But yeah, anyways. Alright, I just got a notification around here somewhere. Here it is. Barbarians over here. Yeah, that's fine. I actually don't remember what they do when they take over a location. I think they just kind of like damage it a little bit, but that's fine. We'll catch them. So me helping out my ally just ended up becoming me helping out me. I guess that's the standard operating style here on this Let's Play. Alright. Okay, they decreased the civilization value in that location by a little bit. That's annoying, but all of my various national bonuses are giving me big civilization cap everywhere, so should be fine. Let's actually come on in here and gather up our forces and then rush over and get that taken care of ASAP. This will get us to 6. Let's see here. 6 and 4. Yeah, that should be fine. 14th of November. Everyone team up here. These guys have got cool mountain backgrounds now. That's kind of neat. Alright, who's going to lead? You're in charge of the supply train and the chariots, so you're probably not the best. Actually, I guess this is... I mean... Whatever. I'll put you in charge. You might be the slowest one because of the supply train. What's the movement? 2.5, 2.5... Actually, yeah, supply train, it's the same speed as the infantry, so I'll just have you lead just for the sake of it. Attachment allowed. And you boys, you know what to do. just like old times, last 35 years, you're going to follow Donwyn into war with actually our biggest army ever assembled from our levy, and its first mission is just to go kill barbarians, who, according to the unit model, are Romans? What? Or those might be like the Italian, like Ibero-Celtic. I don't even think though. I think those are actually like the Roman model. So in an extremely cursed alternate history situation, a huge legion of Celts is marching in to destroy the Roman-looking barbarians in the north of the Celtic-controlled unified Britannia near the Hadrian Wall location. Everything about this is cursed beyond belief, and that is what I'm here for, honestly. So let's just come on in here. These guys are just going to get obliterated. They're going to be defending in the forest. That doesn't scare me. They're even going to be defending over the river. I don't know about that river crossing. This stretches the boundary of what I think the river crossing should count as. I'm not crossing the river. The river is way back there. I guess this means they're like hiding right here or right here, but yeesh, I doubt that one substantially. All right. Anyways, while that's happening, we're gonna start building some ships. I think for the medium ship, I will just go for Hexeres, because these guys are gonna beat Tetrares. And if we're going to have the Barbarians on the side, we're going to specialize the middle with these Hexeres. Their maneuver is worse, which I think shouldn't be an issue because these guys just have a flat bonus versus Tetrares. They cost a fair bit more. This is about a 50% extra cost per month. But ship cost per month isn't enormous. It's more the buy-in cost and just having a navy at all if you don't have a big economy. I mean, remember the first episode of the series, our economy was like less than 1 per turn or something, and look at us now. And again, it's mostly trade and careful slave management, so now we can afford these sorts of luxuries. Let's just queue them up. We're going to have 4 Hexeres to go with our 6, what are these guys? Triremes? No, Liburnians. Anyways, back up here. Let's watch this fight. This is just so cursed, I can't believe. Anyways, we arrived with some of our forces. Let's get the rest in there. Very good. Donwyn's in charge. I forgot to set the tactics. Oh, well, that's fine. Didn't matter. Okay, didn't get a victory screen. Don't know what that's about. Let's just recover this, because this is outside the fort zone control. Might be worth building a fort in Window Londa for these sorts of situations. It'll protect this and also extend the fort zone of control really cleanly over here. This actually would directly, very cleanly add it to, sorry, not in Window Londa. Window Londa and Window Lawa. These are some very similar names to be having next to each other, but this is a very extra fort location for me, but we'll consider it for sure. Let's get this back. I know we're getting overtime here, but some actual action in an episode of this series these days is very exciting. All right, Kunowina Deweycast is just a small addendum to an oft-referenced law. I think we've seen this event before. Get stability for political influence. Oh, man. You know what? Believe it or not, I'm not going to do this option, even though 6 stability is very good. Because of our high aggressive expansion, having 6 stability would switch our stability gain to a malice. We'd start losing stability, because with the high aggressive expansion, it basically amplifies the effect of stability, where the closer it is to 50, the slower it recovers. So because we're further from 50, it's recovering faster. And with our current aggressive expansion, that just barely puts it into the positive, which I really would like to stay at as much as I can. So this actually isn't worth it. Plus, I mean, the other issue is I don't want to lose 10 political influence. We really are starved for it. So for once in my life, we're not going to pick that option. We'll just have to deal with that. Let's resume. Where are these guys going to go? Gabercentum. Donwyn got some popularity. We'll try and finish him off, I guess. Oh, it looks like we're going to do just that. All right. They're going to be defending in the forest again, but shouldn't matter. These guys are extremely weak. We're going to maybe stack wipe them. Did they take it? Oh, shoot. We did stack wipe them. We profited. Oh, yeah, I forgot this is what happens. When you defeat barbarian hordes, you get a bunch of money, or some money. we allegedly captured a pop that was distributed like this as slaves. I don't know what happened with those slaves, but oh well. Yeah. Very good. Also, because we're a federated tribe, Donovan is technically called the Chief Magistrate, which is very fun. Anyways, let's go ahead and disband our forces. Nice work, boys. Actually, a good use of our forces. And now, by the way, with a large, actual, like, large... Oh, I forgot to pause. With an actual large levy, we actually have some more substantial modifiers when they're raised. Minus 0.35 tax rate per month does add up, and as this gets bigger, it's going to add up more. Yeah, the base tax is what I mean. The local manpower does add up a bit too, but we were doing this war mostly just to use up some manpower. And the research points for us obviously doesn't matter, but once we're a monarchy, this will matter a lot more. So we kind of want to be at war as little as possible, unless we're going to really get something out of it. Let's go ahead and stand them down. This will basically just not do anything. All right, very good. Granaries raided. This is the last thing we'll do this episode. We have received word from local officials of the province of Cornoia that several important provincial food stockpiles have been looted by malcontents owing to the contempt for the government in Cornoia. That's this northern one, isn't it? Yeah, this is this one here. Let's do the one that gives us loyalty with Cornoia. Not that one. This one's probably fine. Yeah. This actually is a handy event because I don't care about Cornoia having food stocks right now. 50 gold is annoying, but not a huge deal with our income. And we get 10 loyalty with them, which would take a super long time to get anyways. We'll just replace the stockpiles. And before we end the episode, let's check here. This is a little over halfway done, and we have a few more hex areas to build after that. But that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Hope that you enjoyed this slightly more action-packed episode of the Icenia campaign. And next time, we will continue building up our navy, and given that we now know how many ships we'll need, because we're going to need 16 ships currently, this number is going to keep getting bigger as we convert our population. So we kind of have to build up our navy in order to continue having it be able to carry our force around. Not to mention, because we can't control how our big levy gets divided into these three groups, the navy will have to necessarily carry them in weird, like individual portions. But all that being said, we can actually start to think about a overseas war, mostly for profit reasons, which means possibly targeting someone who actually has cities, possibly targeting someone who isn't even like a city building group, like a tribe, but who controls cities like down here. I am looking around here. So in between episodes, I will look around for potential targets and figure out how we can go about making some money like that. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.